if you're a creator, you probably had some, let's say, negative thoughts about YouTube. But I had a very conscious thought yesterday about YouTube, and I already thought this um, many years ago when we had the apocalypse, or when people were, or creators were kind of complaining about YouTube. I feel like YouTube is a marvel of technology and of service. Let's take a look at YouTube first from the consumer perspective. You have this. Provide the context for what you're asking about from the consumer perspective. I did not push Google Gemini. I didn't say. Oh, I said Google or something. Did I trigger Gemini again? No, I didn't. um. So let's take a look at that at YouTube from a consumer perspective. You have this vast, almost unlimited library of knowledge, entertainment, and this search platform to find answers. You can basically just um, cancel all of your subscriptions like Netflix, Disney Plus, and if you don't want to watch movies but just watch YouTube, you could entertain yourself forever basically, and all for free. Yes, you pay with your time by watching ads, but let's take that out of the equation first and think about, oh, this is something where I can watch a lot of entertainment. Then, if you have a question, how to cook a steak, for example, which I searched in the past, or how to kind of repair my washing machine, you can find that on YouTube as well. And that is all, again, not really you're paying with time, but it is basically, or to some people, for free, because it is basically, we think of YouTube as something that is, we just have like water running out of the faucet. You also pay for water out of the faucet, but you kind of, you you stop thinking about it, that what you're paying for it, right? Then also from a consumer perspective, not from a creator perspective, you can basically use it as a hard drive for your travel videos or stuff like that. Remember, you can upload to YouTube and you don't have to publish it. You can just upload it and use it basically as a hard drive for your videos. That is amazing. I mean, these vlogs usually are about 1 gigabyte, and I'm just uploading that on YouTube for free, basically, as a storage. You know how much an SSD is, or a hard drive. A hard drive, I just paid for a hard drive, 5 terabytes, 120 euros. I mean, it's gotten cheaper, but an SSD or an online storage solution, that is usually more expensive if you want to utilize it as a means of backup. So having this service for free, it's just mind blowing. We sometimes forget about that we get storage for free, that we get a form of entertainment for free. So with that in mind, it's such a cool service. And again, I know we're paying with time, we're watching ads. So now from the perspective of a creator, I think sometimes people kind of forget that we, yes, if you're using YouTube and you're a creator that is making a living from that, we kind of forget that this is something that YouTube doesn't have to do basically. And I will get to this is not as clear cut as I'm kind of describing, but I just want to kind of paint the picture first. We get something for free, a service, and then we put something on there, and then we get the opportunity to earn money. And that is amazing. YouTube, again, I will get to that in just a second. YouTube doesn't have to do that. They give us the opportunity to earn something on top of whatever we're doing. And yes, some people are doing that as a job, but in the beginning, this is basically something, oh, we do that as a passion project, and then suddenly we earn money and top, and then some people switch or pivot to it being a full-time job. But just like any other job, you can lose it. It's as a freelancer, I'm a freelancer. I have been a freelancer for many years. I just know it's not a secure job. And just like YouTube, it's not a secure job. It's something that they're giving you the opportunity for free, the sugar coating on your cake, basically. And we sometimes take it for granted, and we creators think this is something that is owed to us. It's not. It's not. It's just something that they're giving us, they're providing us on top of this service that they are giving us for free anyways. And again, just like a freelance job, sometimes rates change. Sometimes as well in a freelance job, a client says, I cannot pay your rate. I'm giving you less. And then sometimes you don't have that many jobs and you gotta take that. And it's the same thing with YouTube. And I feel like sometimes creators are complaining a little bit too much, and they don't have the experience of what freelance business is actually about. It's not always going up, it's sometimes going down, it's sometimes dead, and then you try to revive it and stuff like that. That is just normal. And I feel we sometimes creators are complaining too much and don't see the marvel of YouTube, how it is. I love YouTube and I love what it can do. I'm not successful at YouTube, but just earning sometimes a little bit of money to pay my subscription fees that help me to make this YouTube channels are amazing. And obviously I complain about my channel not growing or not being as well, but I also need to sometimes remind myself, this is the sugar coating, this is the cherry on top, this is not the cake that is feeding my rent. So it is amazing. And now I get to what I'm saying. Yes, it's not as clear cut because YouTube can only survive with the creators. That is obvious. It's a system. If these creators wouldn't be on YouTube, people wouldn't watch, as I said, the free entertainment on YouTube. So YouTube needs those creators, which is the reason why they need to pay those creators to have an incentive that those creators are on YouTube and making that type of content. So it's a loop, it's a closed system. And what I've been saying before, that we need to, creators kind of are complaining a little bit too much, and that YouTube, the YouTube money that they're giving to the creators is an opportunity and not a given right. It's not as black and white as I just previously described. YouTube needs all of the creators to be attractive to the viewers and therefore be able to place ads so they can make this free service be able to run. So it's not, as I said, black and white. YouTube needs the creators, but the creators need YouTube as well. However, why I think earning money is a cherry on top, especially in the beginning, as I've been saying in previous vlogs, we creators start, or not all of them, but most of the creators, I feel like, start with the intent of doing something that they are passionate about, that they enjoy, that is fun to kind of make. And then along the journey, they kind of want to pivot from their 9 to 5 and make YouTube their living. But don't forget, your channel grows because you are passionate to make these videos. There is a saying, interest generates interest. So if you're interested and passionate about a topic and you talk about it in a passionate way, it will attract people that either get like really hyped up by your interest, by your passion that you kind of showcase in the video, or you attract people that are interested in the same topic and therefore watch you. And that is why your channel, or yeah, why you're growing on YouTube, because you're passionate about it. But as soon as this YouTube video thing becomes a job and you kind of chase the numbers, chase the subscribers, chase the views, you fixate on what is working and you double down and you repeat what is working, and then it becomes a grind, and your passion, your enthusiasm, there is a high likeliness that that gets lost. And that is the reason why I think we shouldn't take YouTube that much for granted, because it gives us the opportunity to grow our passion. But we shouldn't forget why we started. We shouldn't forget why we enjoyed making these videos, why we enjoyed talking about this kind of stuff. And kind of remember that this YouTube thing is just like any other freelance business. Sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down, sometimes it's almost dead and you kind of need to revive it. And yeah, that is so important to always remember and to not forget that this is something that you should enjoy. And hopefully it doesn't become a grind, and therefore there is the risk of you burning out. And that is just something that I kind of want to remember people about. And yeah, because it is, we have here something that is so enjoyable, so precious, and it makes so much fun to make videos. All right, so maybe check out the video about starting a YouTube channel. Check out the video up here. YouTube thinks that you like the video down here. Maybe hype and like this video. It always helps a lot. And also maybe click the subscribe button so we see each other tomorrow in the next vlog. Have a great day. Although it's raining, I see you tomorrow. Thank you very much.